Hi, everybody. Oh, heck up there. Bonkai 922. This will be uploaded tomorrow night when I come home from work. Ooh, Bleach. 617. Return of the. Now, this can be and I just realized something. This can be interpreted in two things for this chapter. One, it could be interpreted as, the right hand of the Soul King coming out of, which pretty much is, it comes out of Ukitake, um, and it goes straight to the Soul Palace, and it wraps around the remains of the Soul King. And Bach has this huge epilogue of saying, "Oh, why are you interfering?" His whole bit, um, so on and so forth. There's that, and then there's the aftermath of that, and essentially what occurs during this process of it basically the hand of the Soul King comes out of Ukitake's mouth. Now, most likely, yeah, Ukitake will not survive this. He sacrificed himself essentially, and he will, I guess, be a part of the Soul King. I don't know how it works. It's very, very, very confusing. But anyway, that happened. Then we have Kurosushi in this chapter also. That and then basically didn't have enough Ryatsu to open the gate. And we enter the Visors. They show up. So now they do have enough Ryatsu. And Kurosushi uses this amplifying Ryatsu machine to open the gate again. So we have that scenario happening. We have the Soul King whole thing, right hand of the Soul King, them opening the gate, and then I'm not gonna lie here. Bonsai! Let's all reminisce Zamori from the Iran Karak. Aizen Sama Bonsai! Bonsai! Yes. The return of Aizen. And here's the thing. For somebody who at the end of the whole saga of the Ronka saga and everything else in between, to here comes Kuraku. He's got a basically box, and in the box are these keys, right? And and he's like, "Oh, use two of these keys to unlock yourself," or something along those lines. And here's the conversation he has with Aizen. He's basically saying, well, now with this, you should be able to talk with your mouth instead of using Ryatsu. That said, when a person has had their mouth sealed for 2 whole years, most people are unable to speak anyway. However, you are subject, so you're not. I suppose I am. And then it says, how can this be? At last, Aizen breaks loose of all bonds. What is his objective? Then we go into page, I believe, 22. And this kind of made me go yo. Big yo's here, because what Aizen said to Kuraku, I have unsealed only his mouth. Kuraku's thinking. And so how did he undo the rest of his seals? Time begins to move. What's wrong? There are still 2 keys left for you to use, are there not? And you just see Aizen. Now, for someone who's been locked in there for a long time, because you see him in the beginning. It's like a color page. You see what Aizen looks like in the very beginning. You see these red swords stuck into him. He's got all these leather straps around his body. And his appearance was kind of interesting. And only Aizen would be like that. He comes out and he's like, you still got 2 keys left. Right? He says, you still got 2 keys left to use, right? It's such a fucking boss, man. And I want to bring up something interesting. I don't know who said it in the J room. I don't think it was Trevon. Somebody said it. I saw a comment on the J room, and they said something that intrigued me, saying how Bach is, how he's not, and Aizen is more better. Let me add to that conversation right now. I agree. Yes, I agree. As menacing as Bach has been, the whole God thing, multiple eyes, blah, blah, blah. You know what? Let me tell you something, man. All right. Yeah, you did kill Yamamoto. You did all this shit. Da, 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 da. But let me tell you something, man. You haven't trolled anyone. You haven't trolled anyone, man. You haven't trolled shit. Think about Isaac for a second. This motherfucker, this guy, he, people call him the king of trolls. It's not that far off. It really isn't. He fooled everyone. Like everyone. And like when people fought him, you can't beat him. They literally could not beat him during that arc. Like, I think that was when he was at his most powerful. I really do, Aizen. Like he really forget the whole turning into that crazy thing, butter. Fuck that shit with Ichigo and fun. Forget that. Forget that for a moment. And just remember this, which I never really thought putting my thoughts into. He fought against the Visors, fucking more or less all the captains in Soul Society, and Ichigo by himself. Well, Ging was there. I shouldn't say by himself. Ging was there. And beat them. Think about that. Bach, as big and bad as you are, you never did that. So shut the fuck up. I'm sorry. I cannot deny this. I cannot deny this. Aizen will forever, when Bleach is said and done, when Bleach is over, even I have to say this, there is no undeniable question. I don't want to say it's factual, but it might be. Aizen is the true big bad booty daddy of Bleach. End of story. End of story. No one holds a candle to him. Not, I don't want to bring in the full bringers. But not even, those guys. Fuck them. No. Yeah, not even, Ginjo, no, definitely. And not even Tsukishima. Because Aizen fooled all. This motherfucker was sitting in a chair and he was watching an episode of Bleach, literally. You know how crazy that sounds? So, overall for this chapter, 5 out of 5. I wonder how they're going to play this now. Excuse me. Now that he's awoken and he sees Karaku and, he's saying he used the 2 keys, how is this going to work, really? You really got to really think about this really carefully. Because you wonder, what happens now? I really mean this. What happens now? Because now, you wonder what Karaku wants Aizen to do and what Aizen's objectives are. I mean, some people told me that whole thing with Bach and Aizen, that never happened. It was just like, no. I think it did happen. But how does this proceed? I don't really think about this. How do they proceed with this? Because obviously Kisuke and the rest of the captains and advisors, they're on their way to the Soul Palace. And also there's the dimension that Haschwald and Uliu haven't been shown. I don't know what the fuck's going on with them. So, but with the Soul King being brought back, because after that hand was wrapped around the Soul King's body, the quaking stopped. So he's back. If Aizen goes up there, can you imagine that? Bach might be all-seeing, but let me tell you something. You can't beat the troll, man. You can't beat this guy. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You might be all-seeing, all-knowing. I know everything. I know everything. Am I shitting on Bach? Slightly. Slightly. I, Aizen is the man. It's as simple as that. Aizen Sama is one of the original big bad booty daddies of Bleach. I mean, and I heard words from, I think Nostradamus told me this, saying that Kubo announced that in this final arc, we're gonna see his Bankai. And his Shikai is hat. So you can imagine what his Bankai is like. So great chapter, closing arguments here. Aizen's gonna be amazing. I just know it. I just know it. And how is Ichigo gonna react with this? It's gonna be interesting. I can't wait for this shit to go down. But obviously Aizen's out. He's probably, I think his role in this. And here's another thing: they bring him up there, he's gonna see the Soul King. He's gonna see the Soul King. So that's another thing to think about. But he's probably gonna team up, I guess, with Ichigo, to fight Bach. Yo, when he goes in, I said, yo, it's gonna be awesome. I can't wait for that shit. But I mean what I said. He is the true little Bleach Aizen. Sorry, Bach. He's just not. Bach's not. It's not happening. So yeah, that's pretty much all I got for you guys. Bankai 922. Aizen has returned. It's just amazing. And now, this is, I think, where Bleach might get its second win. I think, anyway. I think from here on out now, it's going to hit the fan. Big time. And it's going to get a whole lot better than it has been with the second leg of this final arc. So, look forward to, I guess you could say, good things happening in Bleach. I'm Bankai922. I'll see you guys later. All hail Aizen Sama, the god of trolls. Yes, he is the god of trolls. I have proclaimed it. I'll see you guys later.